Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Alicia and in today's video I will be setting up the spreads for June in my bullet journal. I am currently using this Olive Traveler's Notebook from Notebook Therapy, and for the June theme, as you have seen in the preview, I am going with a strawberry theme. Strawberry is such a cute theme to have in your bullet journal, and the way that I wanted to go ahead was to make tiny doodles all around and not make it too complicated. I am going to use 723 Tombow dual brush pen to do the outline for this very funky June heading, and then I will use 761 Tombow dual brush pen to just do the shading inside. These are all in the pink hues. I know strawberries can be in red, but did you know that strawberries can also be in yellow and in white? Here is a picture of what I found in the internet because I never knew about yellow strawberries. I have seen white strawberries, which looks so weird because it is kind of in reversal, as you would be more prone to see a normal red or pinkish strawberry, but not a white strawberry with pink indentations. But it is how different breeds of strawberries looks like. I also found some blue ones on the internet, but I think those are not the true colors. But let me know if you have ever seen a blue strawberry. To make the strawberry doodles, I'm going to use these watercolor pencils from Georgian. I believe they are an Indian brand. I got this set from Stationery Pal from when I collaborated with them, and if you want to also try out something from Stationery Pal, you can use my code, which will be linked in the description below. This will be my first time ever using watercolor pencils. I have had watercolor sets when I was a kid, and I was not very familiar of how to use that, so I never really got attached to watercolor paintings. But recently I am very much getting drawn to getting back into paintings, so I bought a few sets that I wanted to try, especially the Kuretake watercolors I was gifted by Stationery Pal. That is something that is still in my bucket list to try, but I did not want to use like proper watercolor in this notebook. It is a 160 GSM notebook, and I have seen from other creators also using these similar papers for their watercolors when they do their spreads on bullet journal, but I did not want to do it because when I tried to do a pen test in the back of this notebook, the paper kind of warped, so I was very worried. I would not want the entire spread to just warp and look very weird. So the watercolor pencil kind of is very handy. As you can see, I have just drawn the strawberries as normally you would be sketching with your colored pencils. The trick here is it is water soluble, so the moment it touches with water, it dissolves so well. It comes out so beautifully, and I was just so surprised and impressed by the quality of these pencils. You can also go all over the spot that you have just used water on, and it will activate the pencil and you will kind of get a darker shade to it. So right now from top you can see that it is more pinkish, but the moment it starts reacting with the water, it gets a little darker, but it dries lighter. So I wanted to go over with the pencil and make it darker, so it has the reddish strawberry hue to it, which is something that I wanted since I would be using white jelly roll pen on top to mimic the seeds. I was contemplating of using either the white jelly roll pen or a black fine liner to mark the seeds, because generally the seeds are black on the strawberries, but to make it more doodly, I took the creative decision to use the white jelly roll pen instead of the black. I have barely used black. I think the only time that I have used black fine liner in this setup would be in creating the calendar for my habit trackers. Over here, I wanted to show you a quick difference between when you use the water and once the watercolor pencil is activated, how vivid the color looks compared to when you just scribble on top of the page. While you see me doing the whole watercolor paint on top of this and setting up the page, I wanted to just give you a little bit of history about strawberries and also some fun facts. You probably know them, some of them, but I thought that let's just make it more educational, as I like to make most of my Plan With Me videos. Like, I have an intention when I'm setting it up, and I also want it to be a little educational so that when you watch it, you get something back in return, even if you're not copying the same setup as me. So the first thing is to talk about what is unique about strawberries. Strawberries aren't true berries like raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries. However, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries are all part of the rose family of plants. Strawberries are actually the only fruit that has seeds on the outside rather than the inside, and that's why they are not considered a true berry, which is so crazy. Like, I never really thought about strawberries not being berries, and that just makes it so unique, I think. I have been growing strawberries in my garden, and they have bloomed so beautifully. I forgot to take a picture, otherwise I would have popped it up here. The strawberries have started to grow. They are very tiny at the moment, so I am hoping to taste them by mid of June. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. While talking about all the strawberries, I forgot to mention the pen that I used to do the checkered style background. It is the Tombow dual brush pen in the number 942. It's a very pale tan color, so it is more in the lighter pinkish orangish hue, so it gives a very nice touch to the page, what I felt. So I really wanted to have that, and I'm very much into the gingham prints these days, so I definitely want to carry forward this design from May to June. Moving on to the next spread, which as always is going to be my mood and habits tracker. I have been using the graph format for my mood tracker in May, and currently I feel that it is working very well. It is minimalistic, it is easy, and I can put as many different moods that I want, but I will put tracking only 5. I usually do this either 5 or 3 depending on the setup that I make, but I feel that in the end of the month it is very easy to check how I have been feeling throughout the month with the different variations in the graph. The color one definitely looks very poppy, and it looks very nice once it is all colored in. I have used different designs and variations of mood trackers over the years, so lately I feel that this is what is satisfying me, my mood, and the way I use it. So I guess I will just continue doing it. I don't know, it might change in July, but for now, for May and June, it is going to be a graph. For my habits tracker, I'm going to track 3 habits. It's going to be my reading, journaling, and nose bend. Honestly, the nose bend one in May has been really terrible. I think I was able to have only like maybe 4 or 5 days. That was not the days that I have spent. So it's not something that I have exclusively went out and spent. It was more like I had some subscriptions and I had doctor's appointment. I have not been keeping well for last few weeks. I think it was because of the spring pollination and hay fever going around. It's just my nose is so congested and I am so annoyed. I have been to my doctor already for like 3 times. I recently got a scan. I'm just waiting for them to give me the report, and hopefully it's not something too extreme and it's just a congestion that I'm having that I need to get over with. And that has definitely taken a toll in my sleep, in my physical health. I feel very tired. And also, when you live in a country like Ireland where there is very limited sun, your body metabolism, I feel, can get very affected. I definitely get affected by the weather outside. If it is sunny, it is so brilliant and so beautiful to see here, and it also lifts up my mood. But most of the days here are gloomy, so I have like very gloomy feeling. And I have recently been diagnosed with deficiency of vitamin D, so I am currently on my supplements. I hope I will be able to get my health back up again and will be in my full energy and potential so that I can do all the things that I like. And I enjoy doing crafts and hobbies. I have so many of them. So I do really want to spend time doing it and also probably not spend so much. Another tiny nugget of information for strawberries. Yes, strawberry is a fruit, but it's sometimes called as a false fruit. Rather than a single fruit, it is actually a collection of many tiny fruits. It's also considered an accessory aggregate fruit because they develop from multiple ovaries of a single flower and from other parts of the flower. The strawberry seeds are actually individual fruits called achenes, and they are all attached to what's called a fleshy receptacle. Together, the seeds, the tiny fruits, and the fleshy receptacle make up our very delicious strawberry. Moving on to the next spread. This is going to be my content planner spread. In May, I have been trying a different strategy of posting on social media platforms. So I am on Instagram. I have 2 accounts now on Instagram. So one is for Coffee Journal Naps, where I usually post about my journaling content, but I have also started another account which is going to focus solely on my store, which is Chunky World. So now I have 2 accounts that I need to post on for different contents, and I also have TikTok. For the TikTok account, it is going to be more a combination of both of the Coffee Journal plus the Chunky World content. So I'm not very worried about that. I have not really separated in terms of the content, but in terms of Instagram, I do want to keep it separate as I do a lot of promotions for brands that I collaborate with, or also for the products that I myself create. So I wanted to keep it separate and to make it more accessible or in tune with the audience. Like, I know there are people who follows me on Instagram, the Coffee Journal handle, who would be looking for journaling, scrapbooking stuff, but they wouldn't probably be interested to buy from me. So I don't want to like push my products on them. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to have a separate account where I just promote my products, and I don't feel the pressure. I don't feel guilty for promoting my products, where I was kind of feeling that in my Coffee Journal one. So I kind of stopped posting most of the things. So I was not being very regular. Anyway, so I have been trying a strategy of posting simultaneously for both the accounts, and I really need to keep a track of them. So this content planner definitely has helped me in the first few weeks of May, and I have planned it out for the remaining of the month. So I'll be doing the same for June. So hopefully this strategy is going to help me reach larger audience and also bring in sales for my store. So let's see how that goes. About the store, I just want to say thank you to the people who have actually bought from my recent collection. It is always such a pleasure to see my stickers being used by you guys, and that you also admire them as much as I have loved making them. So thank you so much for supporting me in this journey. The final spread of this video is going to be the first weekly. I am going to keep it pretty simple. I will have the task list on the left hand side box and just the weeks in the right hand side boxes. Each of the boxes on the right hand side are 2.5 centimeter in height. This is a very smaller size. It's a traveler size notebook, so the real estate is very expensive, so you need to be creative. And also the month starts on a Saturday, and to me it is the end in the week, so I had to be creative also to put the 1st of June under the task list. Saturdays are the days when I usually post my long form videos, so it is important that it has a place in my journal. Furthermore, weekends are the time that I actually get to do other things apart from my usual content creation and my work as a recruiter, so it is the time that I can actually get to unwind, meet people, do some socializing, not be a hermit crab. So yeah, it is important. I will be using the Tombow dual brush pen, both the darker one which is 723 and the lighter one which is 761, to create a very pinky spread for the first weekly. Some more history facts. Strawberries are native to North America and weren't cultivated until the 1300s in France, when the people transplanted wood strawberries in the garden from the wilderness. Strawberries became popular in England in the 1700s and early 1800s, and around this time new varieties were developed. The modern strawberry, Fragaria ananassa, is actually a hybrid created when a Chilean strawberry was accidentally pollinated with a Virginia strawberry. Strawberries grew in popularity and became widely cultivated after the combination of strawberries and cream was conceived and served to King Henry VIII. Strawberries are one of the first fruits to ripen in the spring, and they also have a very short harvesting season, around like 3 weeks. Biologically speaking, strawberries belong to the Rosaceae family and the subfamily Rosidea, which also includes roses. Plants that belong to this subfamily have at least 2 pistils that are not connected and develop into a feature that roses and strawberries share. So technically strawberries are a type of rose. Strawberries can be a variety of different colors like I mentioned before, and they also contain more vitamin C than oranges. Did you know that people can be afraid of strawberries? Yes. There is a phobia which is referred to as fragariophobia. This word was derived from the genus strawberries belong to Fragaria, along with phobia, the word for fear. Ancient Romans believed strawberries help alleviate various ailments including fainting, inflammation and fever, and there is also a museum in Belgium just for strawberries. So if you are in the region doing your travel, make sure to visit this museum for sure. Here is a lovely visit from Chunky himself, gracing his presence and blessing you with his immense purring. He just wanted to come and check what am I doing. He usually doesn't bother me when I am doing my planning, But in this auspicious occasion, he just wanted to check, probably because I was doing a lot of movement and I also had the water in the jar. So he got a bit intrigued, and it was also his dinner time. So I guess that was more important. It was his dinner time, and I was not giving him attention. So he wanted to just come by and say hello and check on his human. Why am I not serving him? But anyway, you can see that I am back in my content planner page. It's mainly because I wanted to do that grid that was missing from this spread. So that was the whole reason that I went back, and Chunky came to visit me during that time. So I thought that I will just include him in this clip. Anyway, friends, we have reached to the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this Plan With Me video for the upcoming month. If you have liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification. If you have watched till the end of the video, please leave a strawberry emoji so I know you were there till the end. I hope you have a very nice weekend ahead and your plans are all fulfilled, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.